Wanderers, welcome to the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by the Gaslight on 4th Street in Huntingburg.
We are entering the spring season, and that means we are all busy running kids to sporting events or busy with outside choring. During this busy season, we don't have time to cook, so let our friends at the Gaslight feed you. Whether you're looking for appetizers and sandwiches or their delicious tavern-style pizzas, let the Gaslight feed you tonight. Even if you aren't busy, the weather is just right to get back outside. Venture up to 4th Street in Huntingburg and see our friends at the Gaslight. Don't forget about their bar catering services or fundraisers offered by the Gaslight either.
The Wondering Dutchmen podcast.
Where none of us are Dutch, but we all live in Holland, Indiana. Join us where we talk about what we all wonder about. This is the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from a very crowded Smoker's Lounge.
The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah. The Wondering Dutchmen. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Wondering Dutchmen podcast coming to you from Smoker's Lounge. And Dave is slowly, there we go, that up, baby.
Little sharp at the end.
Welcome to this edition of the Wondering Dutchmen podcast. We're here in Smoker's Lounge. Dave has got he didn't just get out of the shower. He just didn't get out of the rain. He is sweating profusely like he just got done running a mile.
There's like 15 people at 98.6 degrees in here, and the fire and the candle and the humidity.
That or you're having a heart attack.
Humidity.
Nah,
I told him earlier he was awful clammy.
Oh,
I tried
no.
to check, but Mace kept checking my arm while I was holding on to my little thing here.
What else were you two doing while I was holding your arm shaking?
Jacking.
Well, you never know. Hard to tell.
Hey, today's episode is brought to you by our friends up there at the Gaslight. Get you a pizza, get you a beer, get you a sandwich,
Strombo.
something like that. Fellas,
Matches.
what do we know? What's good? What's going on?
It's Friday.
It's f***ing rain. Oh, ooh, coming in hot. Here we go.
I had a fair amount of F-bombs out last week.
Yeah.
More than I had in the past.
Sorry.
Oh,
But I was just as guilty. It was
you know who wasn't guilty?
You.
Thank you.
Raining. Lots of rain.
Oh, I thought you mean it was raining F-bombs.
moister than an oyster.
Oh,
Ooh.
say moist like that again real slow.
Moist.
Moist.
Yeah. Talking about brownies and cakes. Get your heads out of the gutter.
And the yard.
And the yard. Yeah, a little sloppy out there. Hey, your grass looks nice and green, though.
Oh, yeah. Luck of the Irish out there.
Well, neighbor Doug's looks pretty good, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's-
Fine. Good grass over here in the neighborhood.
I mean, yours looks a little bit like a racetrack, though.
Well, lots of kids running around in golf carts, and we got the buggy path going from here to neighbor Doug's.
I think we just got to get asphalt for it.
It'll
I have to
be
put some
barren.
millings in.
It'll be barren by the end of the summer.
Oh, yeah. July, it'll look like the Dust Bowl out there.
Hell yeah.
There'll be cicadas and shit.
17 years cicada.
Okay.
I'll be damned.
We
Hey,
had a
the-
substitute teacher that always talked about those.
Oh, that's an inside joke. I forgot you didn't
sorry.
go to Southridge.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Wayne County, Indiana. Richmond High School.
Good spot up there.
Red Devil.
A lot of good people come out of Richmond.
Oh, yeah. Salt of the earth.
Yeah. Some would say salty,
Mm-hmm.
but it's all part of it.
Yep.
How was your weekend? Anything exciting?
Nope. Lots of work. Got a little bit of the funk going on, a little bit of the crud here. Been all congested and everything. About 4 days into it, I'm so stuffed up that I can't wear my CPAP.
Oh, really?
Like it tries to blow air up my nose and it makes like fart noises around the mask thing because it's just so plugged up.
Don't you have a mouth one, too?
Yeah, but I try to breathe through my nose when I'm sleeping. According to the warden, I've just been over here just dying. Like that.
That's about what it sounds like.
We tried to sleep through the tornado downstairs and she got tired of my snoring. So I went my happy fat ass upstairs and just left it all up to the tornadoes.
Left it up to God, huh?
Mhm.
We did a little storm watching Wednesday night.
Hell of
Yeah.
a shindig.
Yeah, it was.
I got into the weeds a little bit, and I fell asleep before turning my CPAP on.
Well, that'll happen.
Oh, you got that out of it.
I
Huh?
had the mask on,
Could have been you'd have lost power anyway.
but the machine was off.
So you weren't awake for all of it coming through, or you
No.
were
At
at 10:30?
I was out.
Oh, wow.
We had just a little welcome party.
I heard
for
the
spring.
limb break. I heard a limb break, a big one.
Yeah,
We
that's
gotta-
the one that's sitting in the front yard.
No, oh no. This was real big.
Real
On the
big.
side yard there.
Mm.
Oh,
Big
crack.
bastard.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it wasn't no big.
No damage up on the hill.
Good.
No damage.
I
up
think
on
we
the hill.
fared pretty good in Holland, considering what they made it out to be.
Well,
I was on the back porch listening to Riders of the Storm when the tornado sirens come on in Holland.
Raiders on the storm.
did you have like a shotgun and American flag in one hand?
Nope, just cold bush light
Is
and
that
a
all
smile.
you got, you mother?
And, I mean, the pool was. I mean, we got new pool.
Yeah, it's in a box.
Probably safe that you don't put it up yet.
Yeah, we're gonna wait.
Yeah.
We're gonna wait. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to do some reconfiguring of the pad out there. My riprap wall got washed down the hill.
Well, I heard you got a good contractor for it though.
Oh hell yeah, salt to the earth.
Yeah.
Friends that love excavating.
Hmm.
Well, I didn't know if we were going to name drop on it.
Oh well,
Just
hell yeah,
did.
we're gonna name drop on it.
Yeah.
They're gonna fix that
Yeah,
shit up
did.
for me.
Well, I mean, it's good. I think neighbor Doug was supposed to haul
They
off.
even did the demo. It's sitting out there in the dump 'em up truck. I'm gonna try to do
I
that
thought
tomorrow.
neighbor Doug was
Been
supposed
there
to haul
for a
that
week.
off.
Been there
Nah,
for a
he's been
week.
busy. He's been busy.
Been there for a week.
I mean, there's nothing they could have been digging.
Thank God
this week.
HOA. ain't
Well, we had to
cleaned
be sure it's good and gravitated into the bed before we drive all the way to Ireland.
that. Got to have that water weight.
Yo.
You got to have that water.
Oh, that's
weight.
true. That's a good call. That's good planning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gathered up the little ones. They just kind of all hit. They weren't talking about it, and then all of a sudden they said, "Hey, Holland, we're coming for you." And Janelle was sleeping, snoring,
Mm-hmm.
so she was a little shocked about what was going on. But we got the kids in there.
The kids had a little gypsy camp set up downstairs. They had
Yeah.
blankets and pillows and stuff.
They laid on that beautiful hardwood floor laid by
Oh,
David
yeah.
Smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kids didn't mind. They got the kids in the safe space, and then
Lots of sweat on that floor.
and then I went out to the front porch to watch. So that was good planning.
No blood or tears, but I sweated all over them.
Yeah, it didn't take much for you to sweat.
No, I mean it's hotter than hell in here tonight. I can tell. My glasses won't even stay up here.
I mean, it's
Sweating the wrinkles right on my forehead.
you look good though. It's kind of like a new look, like it's a new David Allen Smoker.
Hell yeah.
I mean, are you feeling it?
Yeah, I'm like aging backwards. I'm like Benjamin Button.
You ever seen that movie?
Nope.
Okay, we won't go any further on that.
But I do like Robin.
Brad Pitt
Oh, yeah. I thought
Yep.
that was the Robin.
wasn't Robin Williams.
Oh, I'll be damned. He
Yeah.
played Jack. He went the other way.
Yeah,
No,
No.
Jack went old to young.
I don't know.
Yeah, damn, I don't know.
I don't know. So anything this weekend?
No, it's supposed to. Well, we're supposed to have 14 inches of rain. Starting to know what my wife feels like being promised all this and then only getting a little bit. But I don't think we're going to get near the 14 inches that the
That you
weatherman promised.
That you promised the
Yeah.
warden.
But I ain't going to do a damn thing all weekend.
Well,
I'm going to watch
see,
the storms.
That old
We got
wi-
a wedding, actually. We got a wedding to go to.
Oh, we got a wedding.
And Weston turns 13 in the morning.
Oh, good. We'll celebrate it at baseball practice.
You know what? Lots of shit going on this weekend, actually.
Yeah.
I said it was nothing, but there's a lot.
There's a lot going
whole
on.
lot. Had to catch up with the calendar.
Yeah.
I was on podcast time.
Yeah, that's
I
tough.
have a pretty substantial to-do list.
To go box.
I like to-do lists.
Hell yeah.
Something that we're trying. And I'm
To-do.
Yeah, but we've talked about the to-do list. You remember a few episodes back? It's been a spell.
yeah, but
We talked about them.
they've actually came to fruition. Like I'm ready to go with it. I'm
Okay.
excited.
How many things are on this list?
100.
Give me a number. I want a number. Hard number.
9.
9. Over, under 3.5.
I'm under.
Hammer the
Oh.
over. Hammer the over.
Is the warden working on the weekend?
Yep.
See, that's the state. Oh,
The
that's
under.
dangerous, though. Yeah. 3.5 might have been a little tough. You'll have to report back.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything else this weekend?
Watch it rain.
Mm.
Stay dry.
I never liked the rain
When it rains,
till
it
I
pours.
walked through it with you.
Yeah.
Stay dry.
That's a good call, brother Dave.
Mm,
That's a good call.
hell yeah.
Yeah, nothing on our end. Janelle and Zoe are dancing. I am a absentee dance father.
Oh,
I support it financially.
What a,
there you go.
what
Well,
a deadbeat.
Somebody's got to watch the other two fellas. We do have other children, and turning Ryan and Rhett loose at a dance competition just doesn't seem like a great idea.
No.
So,
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to be responsible for it, but I'd watch it.
well,
Probably a pretty entertaining time.
it could be some good life lessons learned.
Yeah, I imagine.
Kind of like taking a puppy to the park, being a single man. Just
That's right.
take them kids. Not for me, but like
Wingman.
Ryan could.
Wingman.
Ryan could start working on his game a little bit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Beat him off with a stick.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, before we jump
Sure.
into it, though, our friends at Hopf Outdoor Power, big Cub Cadet sale going on, fellas.
We've been saying for a while now that grass mowing season is upon us. If you went out to the shed and last year's mower is now destined for a quick sale on Marketplace, you need to head to Hopf Outdoor Power for your next mower. Good news, they're having the Ultimate Cub Cadet Sales event going on now through May 15th. Head over to Hopf Outdoor Power today, and happy shopping.
All right, big fella. What you got?
No ice cream.
Well, you lactose intolerant?
Did you shit your britches?
Nope. So today,
It was ice cream day at the street department? That's cool. You guys do a little.
Shh, don't tell nobody. Quit.
Oh, that's a real
let me
thing?
ease into it.
Okay, go ahead.
So it's raining.
Correct.
Lots of rain.
Yep.
Not much concrete, asphalt, or excavation work can be done on days like today.
True.
Shop cleaning, tidying up, doing, tying up loose ends, stuff like that, preparing for stuff for jobs for next week, just the regular stuff. Excuse me. We have dinner, and then after dinner,
What'd you have for dinner today?
Mississippi chicken,
Mississippi chicken.
Oh,
Brussels.
it's going to be Wednesdays, if I remember correctly.
I had Mississippi chicken and Brussels sprouts.
Where'd you get Mississippi chicken from?
Mississippi.
My wife made it.
Oh.
And it was really good. And then I did splurge a little bit, and I did have to supplement with some tater wedges. I did have Brussels sprouts, but I didn't have a carb.
Where'd you get tater wedges at?
Beelers. Or
Go-Go's.
IGA.
No chicken strips with those
No,
potato wedges?
Nope. I had
Livers, gizzards?
I did buy 6, but I gave 2 of them away. I only had 4 tater wedges. Craig had 1 and Cesar had 1. And then anyway, we go back to work after dinner, and then on days like today when there's not much going on, we do take
But that's all, folks.
hold on a minute. Obligatory.
Obligatory?
Obligatory.
How is it?
Obligatory.
Obligatory?
Obligatory.
Obligatory?
Obligatory. Yeah.
Medulla oblongata?
Obligatory 2:00 break. Anyway,
All right.
we decided to go on a little bit of an ice cream run.
Yeah.
We got a sweet tooth. And I went up to Dairy Queen,
The DQ.
and I was going to get a peanut butter parfait.
Ooh,
I
solid.
love a peanut butter parfait.
And, hi, welcome to Dairy Queen. How may I take your order? And I said, yeah, we're going to have 3 orders today.
Oh, you done messed up
And,
there.
for the
Hey,
first
Ron.
order, I'll have a peanut butter parfait. Sorry, sir. We're unable to do ice cream orders today because our ice cream machines are broke.
Ouch.
And I said, so you're telling me there's no ice cream?
That's kind of like Raising Cane's being out of chicken strips.
I said, so you're
Mhm.
telling me there's no ice cream at Dairy Queen?
Like no pole at the titty bar.
Yes, that's right.
true.
We're unable to make ice cream today because our ice cream machines are broke.
And I said, well, that's a pisser. Have a nice day. And we drove off.
Now, did the other 2 guys also want peanut butter parfaits?
Craig was going to get one.
Nobody
he-
was going to get the Jenna, what do they call the
Dilly
little?
bars. Carter was going to get a dilly bar, and
So he could have had a dilly bar.
he did, but I hung it in him because I drove off.
Oh.
Damn it.
Hey, were you guys sitting 3 wide in the front of the truck?
No,
Oh,
we were in the
okay.
service truck. He was in the back seat.
Okay.
Was he
I-
laying down?
No.
Was
Hell
his
no.
phone
That's
loose?
how you get your phone broke.
Yeah.
But anyway, I felt like I hung it in him. But you know what? Stuff happens. He's the low guy on the totem pole. We'll just deal with it.
Wasn't it his idea?
No, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
All that guy wanted was a dilly bar.
Well, tough shit. You got to put your time in.
Why?
Anyway.
Why couldn't you just get like a dilly bar? Or what's the
He
other
didn't
ones
want no
that-
dilly bar. He wanted a peanut butter parfait. What do they call? They're not vanities. What do they call them?
Dilly bars?
No,
or
they
what else?
got a name like novelties. That's what they are.
There's no way. We just might as well give them all microphones and say,
It's gonna be a shit show.
we'll just set one up right there by the
Fine.
Clorox.
These are the best days ever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we leave there and we drive. So one of the other fellows is like, hey, I think they used to sell soft serve ice cream at Casey's.
Correct.
So we drive all the way down to the other end of
You
town.
know for sure that their ice cream machine's not going to be working.
So we go to Casey's and try to find their no dice. It's out.
Could have told you that.
Not even plugged in.
Yep.
Come back to Huck's. No ice cream. Then we were like,
It's quitting time.
at that point, it's 4:30, and we're already on overtime. That's not true. So then we ended up having to settle for a Frosty.
That's not bad.
I mean, I just, you know,
Did you
like,
get French fries?
no, and that's what I said. Usually when you do a Frosty, you got to get a small fry.
Because you could have washed down those tater wedges at lunch with the Frosty and Wendy's French fries.
Yeah. Anyway, but they have a Thin Mint promotion going on right now.
Oh,
Ooh, I
solid.
love Thin Mints.
Yeah, and they have a Thin Mint where you could either get chocolate ice cream for your Frosty with Thin Mint or vanilla ice cream with Thin Mint.
You know, if you were really
And I think Thin Mint's disgusting. Like you throw it in the trash, like you don't eat it.
that's an unpop. Let's survey the crowd. Who likes Thin Mints here?
I do. With French fries.
One,
Neighbor
two,
Doug, new
three,
guy here. Don't know who he is.
4,
but
5. Look at
is
Jesse.
that a tweener thumb? Tyler, is that a tweener? No, it's a thumb down.
No, wait a minute. Let's stop. We're
Okay,
doing
3.
this. Hands up for Thin Mints. Keep.
Just are you pro or anti Thin Mint?
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pros.
Well,
all
everybody
right.
keep your hands up so you can count the 9.
No, stop.
Oh,
now hands up for no Thin Mint. Hands up for no Thin Mint. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, shit. 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, Thin Mint wins.
You know what? Let's just take a moment for our first ever
Live poll.
live poll. Round of applause to you guys. You guys are great.
All right.
Wondering Dutchman first here.
Here it is. Hear that, folks? We've got
That's
a
real live
studio
audience,
Yeah,
not one of
that's-
these sound
Yeah.
clippets.
So you know, if you were really thinking, you would have went and got your Frosty, and then you would have went back to Dairy Queen and said, "Hey, ma'am, I know your ice cream machine's down, but why don't you throw a scoop of X, Y, and Z in there?
Parfait in this.
Throw a little hot fudge and some peanuts in a cup."
You know,
And a dilly bar for the
I
guy
don't
who
wanna-
had the idea.
I know. I don't want to give up all my secrets, but Arby's doesn't have ice cream, and neither does Subway.
Jeez.
Just so you know.
There was some old guy that watches what goes on in the city
and
today.
they're going to turn it into the mayor.
Yep.
Right tomorrow. Well, here's the deal, Neil. You know, sometimes on rainy days, you just got to
Get
Make
ice
yourself
cream.
scarce.
You just got to boost the morale of everything.
Yep.
And we got a lot of shit done. We cut the road. We got catch basins cleaned. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
So
Everything will work out.
I don't know. I could not believe that there was no ice cream at.
That's a tough spot
oh,
for sure.
no. Big back activity. The warden said that's big back activity.
That's very true.
Yeah, very nice.
Big back. That's what they call fat kids now.
Big backs?
Yeah, like they don't call them fatso or tubby or any of that.
Yeah, but a big back is a compliment.
Yeah, isn't
Well,
like a big back gorilla?
not in today's day. Not in today's times.
Well,
Like if you're being a fatty, you're a big back. Yeah, like easy big back.
I
Like
think that's cool.
no,
yeah, hell yeah.
no, it ain't.
These kids are dumb.
Evelyn was eating. Evelyn was eating something, and Max wanted some, but she had already finished it. And Max like, God, big back. And Justine and I like simultaneously lost our shit because it was hilarious. Watching big 6 foot, 200-pound, 6th grade Max give his 5'2", 100-pound sister shit for being a big back.
Well, hello, pot, meat, kettle.
Amen. I don't know. I was just wild. Dairy Queen didn't have ice cream.
Tough
kind of
spot.
Kind of a flopper topic, but that's what I
you
had.
could have
go
got
to
some
McDonald's?
gravy and chicken nugs or wheat
No, we went to
strips.
Wendy's and got our shitty Frosties, but you know, whatever.
So
And
Wendy's
it
was the
wasn't
last
bad.
stop.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was okay.
Hmm.
I just shouldn't
Defame.
defame Wendy's by saying shitty Frosties
Yeah.
because it was a Frosty. I mean,
The
it's
day I got fired from Wendy's was also the day I quit, but I spiked a Frosty bucket off the ground and tried to spear somebody through the drive-through window.
You're
Also,
lying.
If I'm lying, I'm dying, pal. It was a weird deal.
was it a malicious spike or spear?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'd got my truck taken away from me the week before for doing some hood rat shit at the fairgrounds because this old feller stirred some shit up, and I was trying to put it into that bullshit. And then he come through the drive-thru, and I was already pissed because I had to quit my job because my grades were not there.
Yeah.
So I had to quit when I got to work. And then old dipshit come through on his little crotch rocket, and I'd had enough. So I and throw that bucket off the ground, stainless steel. Oh, you been there? And,
Yeah,
like, dong, 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 dong. And I ran and I jumped to go through the window, and
You were going to spear him through the drive-thru.
Well, you got to
Off
remember,
his
this was
crotch
Skinny
rocket.
Dave.
Yeah,
Skinny Dave.
probably 115 pounds,
Soaking wet.
but still 6 foot. And I tried to jump through the window, and luckily my buddy caught me. He's like, "Whoa, settle down, Dave!" And they fired me. It's like, "You're never coming back to Wendy's again." I said, "I already quit." So I went home. It's dumb.
That's the most anticlimactic story ever.
Yeah, I didn't get to spear him off his bike or nothing. Been a lot cooler story if I did.
Well, it could have led to criminal charges.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was only 17.
It could have tried you as an adult.
Even back then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably not a heinous enough crime for it, but
Yeah, he deserved it.
yeah, probably so. Anything else on your no ice cream? I really feel bad for you on that. Fellas, after our stormy weather this week, I just want to give a shout out to our local weathermen. Not only those that are, on TV, but on social media seem to do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Because they're the true superstars and heroes of the week. Now, our buddy Mitchell Carter, fan of the program, I watch his news network with Tri-State Treasurer Jeff Lyons. Which, Mitchell, if you watch the show, anytime Jeff wants to sit down and chat, like he's more than welcome.
Yeah, for sure.
We'd love to have him. Probably a lot of questions we could ask him, but guy does a solid job. Even when they were going into their little shelter, voice stayed calm, cool, and collected. Guy's a pro, absolute pro. And you figure they do it all on a green screen. Looks so smooth doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the one young guy they got with him, he didn't do so well on the local.
Joe Bird?
No, the young kid. He's a new guy.
Oh,
He didn't do so well on the local names. He went with, what do you call Cuzco?
Bye ride.
And then now up to bat. Bye ride. But then he had a little problem with St. Minard. It was St. Minard.
Minrad.
Yeah. So he needs a little bit of local flair to know if you're going to call them names out. But I was just thinking about
Where he at on Byron Douglas?
who's he with.
14.
He was the other guy that was there with him.
Yeah, old guy.
Now, I was a big fan. I'm a Terre. Well, I spent a lot of time Terre Haute, but Kevin Orpert and was it Kevin Walker?
That's Byron.
Yeah,
she's
he was
not in
the old
here.
guy with him.
Now, I tell you who got it all worked up for this storm Wednesday. Like, I was ready to put my head between put your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye or whatever.
Yeah.
Bend over and kiss your ass goodbye.
Yep.
Old Griffin Glasscock, she had us worried that, it was like an F9 coming through here.
That's
What
her
did
last
you
name.
say?
Griffin Glasscock.
That's her last name.
Her first name's Griffin.
I think she married into that too.
But yeah, she was she had all the screens up, and if you're in Dubois County, it's coming down, and hell's coming with it, and we were trying to get ready for it, and it just petered out before it ever got here.
Which one? This one that came through on Wednesday? I mean, there was still some pretty significant wind come through. Some rain.
March 5th was worse.
Yeah. Well, that's just because your pool got damaged.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Those guys do a great job, but they only have like 2 times a year to shine, winter weather and this.
And I feel like that's situational at best. Like you'll have a lot of lamb springs, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
You don't get lion springs every year.
That's true.
In like a lion, out like a lamb.
Yeah. Hopefully we're on the lamb side of it. But they predicted it pretty well on how it was traveling and where they talked about it. And
Back to my original statement, I feel like it came up short on the delivery.
But it spurned 3 tornadoes out of that. That one that went to our northeast. Yeah. I don't think that one through ours turned into a tornado, but it mattered.
I feel like Indiana's had a shit pot of tornadoes this year.
They said there was one in Standale.
Yeah, that was that one that went to our northeast.
Yeah.
I stood on the porch and watched that one roll in.
Oh, well.
And then the one, Owensboro, that was
for me.
How's that southwest for you?
Stendal, it's south and west of here.
But it traveled to the northeast. That's what I meant.
Ooh, gotcha.
Like it all came through Evansville and then went to the northeast.
Okay.
And then there was that one that followed Interstate 64. I don't know if they ever had a confirmed tornado out of that one.
Yeah.
I think, did they maybe at Newburgh? It might have.
Yes, Justine said there was some damage in Newburgh. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that one that was outside of Owensboro. That
Well, and Mrs. Smoker was awful worried about the storm coming home from Newburgh that night because she called to be sure we were ready to seek shelter in our basement here for the storm welcoming party.
Yeah, because we were all out in here.
yeah, appreciate
We really
that.
killed my topic for Friday.
Oh, no, we didn't. No.
Storm watch.
Well, no, there's more storm watching we get into. It'll be okay. And then, the other thing I had on this topic was the technology in the meteorological field, like what
Doppler.
those guys can see and
Yeah.
predict.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes a huge, huge difference. Huge, huge difference. Now, the thing that worries me is if you use all this technology to predict, like we were going to get 20 inches of rain and we had to build Noah's Ark and,
Yeah.
it was going to be all this. People will stop taking it serious. And then one time there'll be a serious one.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Well, plan for the worst and hope.
Yeah,
for
we
the
made
best.
sandbags for 5 days for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think what I did see, one of the guys online that I follow on Facebook,
But Preston,
he's the one that does, I think he was located Indiana-wise, and then he maybe moved to Kentucky.
Reed Timmer?
No,
No.
Michael Wilhite.
Oh,
Maybe I'm just pulling a name there randomly.
that sounds fine.
That sounds
But he said that with all the super rain, 3 out of the 4 forecasts that they use didn't predict that amount of rain. There was one outlier that everybody took and ran with. He said the other ones were like 4 or 5 inches less than what that one predicted. So I don't know what that is, but shout out to those guys, Mitchell Carter.
I feel
your
like they
buddies
catch.
down there.
I feel like they catch a lot of flack because sometimes they're wrong.
Yeah,
The weather guys with the snow and the rain and these storms and things. They catch a lot of flack, but you know what? They're there when the shit hits the fan.
well, it can be hard to predict.
You're right.
That's the tough thing. It's all prediction.
because it's weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could predict it right on, there'd be more Miss Cleos.
You think
Call me now for your free weather reading.
is Miss Cleo still alive?
She might be.
Oh man,
She's old hag Cleo now, though.
She probably can't see very far because of her
The
eyesight.
cataracts,
You think she's got cataracts?
probably.
I bet there's enough herb
Think
there
she
to help
saw
with
that
those.
coming?
I like it. I like it. You know what else?
she died in 2016.
I'll be damned.
Oh shoot, she's been
R.I.P..
gone a while. T's and P's to her family. We're gonna get on with it though. Our buddy up there at Rugged Foot, sponsor here for the Pause for the Cause.
New sponsor alert. The Rugged Foot on 4th Street in Huntingburg is the latest, and they are a good one. The Rugged Foot is a local small business that deserves our support. They carry men's and women's boots with different styles and brands for each. Right now, they have a special going on where if you purchase a pair of men's dry shod rubber boots, you get a women's pair 40% off.
And we're back. Big thank you to Mike up there at Rugged Foot. I've had a few items up there. He does leather repair as well.
Yeah.
He's helped me out on a couple things. Does a really good job. Does good work. So we appreciate him come on board. Plus that special he's got going on now. Go check him out because you could use some rubber boots right now.
That's right.
Brother Dave, what say you?
Where you guys stand on air fresheners in your vehicle? You air freshener guys?
Yes.
What kind?
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting into. The warden, she gave me her leftover from Christmas. And it's a little glass bottle, and it's got like a balsa wood screw-on lid.
Okay.
And you tip that SOB upside down every week or so, and then it absorbs into that porous wood there and, puts a nice fragrance in the vehicle.
What's the fragrance?
I seen those on TikTok.
I think it's like Mrs. Santa's cookie
Cookies?
shop or something.
Yeah,
It's pretty good. I
it's
like
pretty good. Now, is there a
Santa?
is there a
it. Or Mrs.
smell?
Claus's, I guess.
Is there a smell that you like most?
No, but I do like an air freshener. But I just like, getting into a fresh smelling vehicle.
I'm a real big little trees guy.
See, I'm out on the little trees.
Now, in high school,
Yeah,
it seemed like people would stack them little trees up. They'd never take them out when they were done.
I knew a guy like that.
And you'd end up with 40 or 50 of them some bitches just
Yeah.
stacked up on the emergency brake or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The little tree, like, I don't want a artificial smell that you can damn near taste. That bothers me.
Yeah.
Well, you got to do it the right way with the plastic sleeve.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you just split the top and then
You
it
just
lets it out
split the
slowly.
top, and you actually, like, I take my pocket knife and I cut a V in the top, and then I pull the tip out, and then I take it down a little farther, and then a little farther.
I bet you do.
I mean, it clearly states that's how you're supposed
Yeah,
to
that's
do it.
the operating.
I've never used them. I like they're kind of a little cumbersome, but I've always liked them, like the ones that come in the like
little
plastic.
plastic screw-on lid looking.
Well,
thing.
no, like they're the bigger ones. I'm a
Oh,
big citrus smell guy.
I got you.
Citrus just reminds me of clean, and I like that.
Now, then you got like the little Glade jelly things that you stick in the vent
Yeah.
thing. But Mrs. Smoker, she doesn't like when them. She doesn't like an overpowering scent in the vehicle.
My
That
wife
gives her
is
headaches.
extremely sensitive to that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Well, it's kind of one of those deals. Like I said, if you can taste it, it's probably a little heavy.
Yeah, for sure.
Too much.
It is. But I think citrus is where I stand out on a lot of that. I like the citrus smell.
I had one. Look, obviously, Black Guys is a big one.
Black
Ice.
ice.
That's the black trees.
Yeah,
Oh,
Black,
okay.
Black Guys.
You like them a lot?
Yeah. Like when you have like a real,
Always seem a little bigger than the other ones.
like a fresh Black Guys in your face,
Yeah.
it's pretty tough. You know what I mean?
Soldier through it though.
Yeah, you got to just keep going.
Yeah.
But Black Ice is the one that's led the test of time. The other one was an old Yankee Candle,
Leather.
Black Cherry.
Oh, the old Yankee Candle. leather one.
But yeah, so the old Yankee Candle Company, the leather is good, Black Cherry is good. But the one that I like the most lately is a Little Trees flavor, and it's called Supernova.
Oh.
And it's kind of like a
Champagnes.
starry.
What does stars smell like?
I don't know, but I guess if it smells like that, then it's more.
Well, Yankee Candle's got
muy
one that's like
bueno.
Midsummer Night.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's a good one.
It's black.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I know. I'm digging that one too.
I like the Yankee cinnamon apple.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Or apple cinnamon.
What about white pine or fresh pine, like the OG green trees?
I like the fresh cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
That smell.
The
I like
blue
it.
one, the blue one. So Wild Bill, the OG Wild Bill, Grandpa Bill, he would always rock the new car scent, which was the
Mhm.
blue one.
Yep.
That's a little. The new car smells good for a hot minute, but
The blue, the original blue Little Trees.
now did he smoke in his unit though?
Yeah.
Could you like the new
Hell
car
yeah.
smell with the smoke? That's probably a interesting combo.
Maybe we should have like the Wondering Dutchman fresh cut grass air fresheners. I ain't never seen no fresh cut grass.
I think we could do that.
Or like spring rain.
Ooh.
But I'm in on air fresheners.
All right.
What about, so what'd you say about the ones that went in the vent? You out on those?
Well, I like them, but Jenna thinks they're too overpowering.
Yeah.
I would agree with Jenna on
Justine has this one, so she's very sensitive to the whole works. But she got one up there at Ella and Ivy that like literally plugs into your cigarette lighter,
that. Yeah.
and it has its own fan.
Oh.
So it's like it just runs in your car the whole time. Like only when the car's running.
Well, that's good.
That's pretty good technology.
It is
not to
really
drain
cool,
the battery.
actually. And it's nice. It's a nice scent.
I think the ones I agree with Mrs. Smoker. I think the ones that you plug into the thing that are like Febreze brand, I think they come on a little strong.
Yeah.
Now, I used to get
Those are
these
little
Glade
tough.
ones that look like clothespins almost, and then I'd put those like in the defroster.
Yes,
up
up
front.
front. Me too.
And
They used to
now
make
in the winter,
they
it's
used to
awful.
make Black Guys scent for that too,
Yeah.
and those were nice.
They some would say that these artificial air fresheners are cancer causers.
Yeah.
Well, it's all cancer causing.
Well, there's truth to that.
Yeah, I mean everything causes cancer.
Yeah. Oh, that is true.
You know what?
What
Biggest
the hell?
biggest
else was-
contributor is
oh,
LIVIN.
you know what other Wild Bill used to do?
What's that?
He would switch from that, and he would also run Wild Cherry,
Mm.
Really?
and it'd be like the little like it looked like a cat food can.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
And you
Peel it
rip
back a little bit.
rip the cat food can open, and there'd be like this wick, like
Yeah.
this weaved wick in there.
But I think those are the same thing. You're just supposed to crack them a little at a time.
Is
let
that right?
scent
No,
stay
he
in
would
there
just
longer.
go balls out right out of the gate.
Well, if he's smoking in there, you got to.
I would imagine that Wild Bill
Wild Bill
Sniffer wasn't good.
He smoked, guys. He wrote the book on it. Like
On
him
smoking?
and his mother and his brother, like my great grandma Selvin.
Wait, her last name was really Selvin?
No, it was Mary. Her name was
Oh.
Mary Masoner, but we called her Mammal Selvin
Oh, okay.
because she lived in Selvin
That
Makes
makes
sense.
sense.
by the store. And she would smoke.
Heard they're selling beer now.
She smoked Cools.
Yeah.
She'd smoke Cools and Salem's, big menthol folks.
Oh,
Oh.
All the Masoner smokers were big menthol smokers. And she would smoke Cool 100s, and she'd smoke that fucker to the butt and not ash at all.
That's talent.
And she was legally blind. So she would smoke that sumbitch all the way down the whole way without ashing. And that Grandpa Bill was the same way.
Zachary, get your ass over there.
No, she didn't talk like that.
Oh, I
She wasn't a typical smoker talker.
Really?
Yeah.
That menthol saves your vocal
But
cords.
but Wild Bill was the same way. He was smoking them sumbitches, and I guarantee you,
He a menthol guy too?
oh yeah, shit,
Really?
yeah. That's where I started. That's where I cut my teeth.
Okay.
your teeth
Salem's.
menthols.
Salem 100s, and
My family's all Winston and Marlboro Red folks.
Yeah,
shocker.
that's what Grandpa Lindemann. What? I'm gonna
My
ask.
dad smoked Marlboro Lights, and then he'd also smoke GPCs, which were gay people cigarettes. That's what we told him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I can say that though, because it's 2025. GPCs, and then he would smoke. Well, he got into that like real white trashy smoker era, where like they would buy them real cheapos,
Yeah.
you know, like
Well, because it's getting so damned expensive.
yeah, Kentucky's Best and all.
What's
kinds
the
of
blue ones?
real
It's
nice.
not
Eagle
New
brand.
Holland.
Pall Mall.
Pall Mall.
Yeah.
I went down there when we went
Friend
out
of the
to
show,
California.
friend of the show, brother Nathan Frick. He was a big Pall Mall guy. Pall Mall Light 100s. It was in a blue box.
Yep. So we stopped off at the big cabin exit, and there's a smoke shop there with a great, like big old 40 or 50 foot tall Indian out there. And I bought
Where?
a big cabin exit in Oklahoma.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
And I
not
bought a
familiar.
carton of Pall Mall 100s there back when I had the old D-Max.
Look at this motherfucker.
I know. I've been hounding him.
Look at this motherfucker walking in the door.
Hey!
Ladies
Fridge,
and
baby. Fridge.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Fridge.
unbelievable.
Help yourself.
Yeah, hop in there. God dang it.
I talked to my buddy Teddy Hoops today.
What?
Teddy Hoops in the house.
Well, I've been talking to his wife a lot. I had to balance it out.
Yeah.
We're ready to rip.
I know.
That's good.
Brandy's a sweet girl, but
That's right.
our boy Teddy Hoops right there.
That's right. Anyway, air fresheners in cars, I'm all in.
Hell
Hold on,
yeah.
real quick before we move on. Question about cigarettes. You know them like native spirits
American Spirit. Yeah.
that they say are like don't have it that is organic.
Mhm.
Do you think that's true?
No.
Yeah, I think so. I still got a bag of I don't know why, but it's still sealed. No, that's Bugler. But I always like to roll your own cigarette, little kids you get, you know. And I
Remember
got,
Hoagie? Remember Hoagie used to sit down at the station and roll his own cigarettes?
That's wild.
I do.
man, I ought to roll me up a cigarette one of these days. That stuff's been down there for 7 years.
Probably still good.
Yes.
It's sealed in a hermetically
Probably.
sealed package.
Probably still good.
What is it?
Hermetically sealed.
Hermetically.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, it's airproof.
You know what time it is though?
Tell
Tell
us.
me.
Time for the Merkley and Sons Choice Cut Questions of the Week for the fellas. The ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts.
Public service announcement. If you're headed to the ball fields and they aren't utilizing Merkley burgers, don't protest or make a scene. We aren't that way. But the next time you head to the field, grab a couple of Merkley burgers from your private stock and ask the grill master to go ahead and make yours with quality burgers from Merkley and Sons, the ultimate destination for meat enthusiasts.
All right, fellas, some severe weather would you rathers. Would you rather be stuck in a tornado warning in a mobile home or a hurricane in a beach house?
Oh, definitely in a trailer park. I'd feel more comfortable there.
Feel more at home.
God damn. I don't know. I'd probably take my chances with the hurricane.
I'd do the hurricane in the beach house for sure. That tornado pick up at mobile home like there's nothing.
God damn, it's a wasp.
That wasp was big. Would you rather lose power for a week during a blizzard or lose AC for a week during a heat wave?
AC for a week in a heat wave.
I'd lose power because I've got this CGI fireplace. I'd be snug as bug and rug out here.
See, there it is.
There,
That's
he can't
right.
help it. He can't help it.
Definitely going lose AC for a week. I think we could be able to make that
I
work.
haven't had it for 2 years.
Would you rather drive through a whiteout snowstorm or a blinding dust storm?
You know, I never drove in a dust storm. I'd probably try that. That snow gets you dizzy when
Yeah.
it's coming down
It's
across
like
the headlights.
it's like going through warp speed in the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Here's what I'm going to take, though. The snowstorm, because a lot of people won't be out. I'm afraid with the dust storm, there would be more people
They
out.
just
I bet
spin
you'd be.
up.
I bet not many vehicles would run in a dust storm. I feel like you'd clog up an air filter and it just wouldn't run for shit.
Would you rather be outside during a hailstorm with golf ball sized hail or a lightning storm with strikes nearby?
Lightning.
I don't know. I guess Uncle Bob's answering for me. That's perfect. Would you rather be caught in a flash flood in a city or a mudslide in the mountains?
Oh,
Flash flood in the city.
yeah, sure.
Probably same too. Would you rather hear a tornado siren at 3 a.m. or see a funnel cloud in the distance while driving?
I don't think I'd worry too much about either one. Imagine driving and seeing one. You can just go the other way.
I think the funnel cloud would be neat to see because I've never really seen one.
I'd probably do the funnel cloud. The 3 a.m. wake up call would be worse. Last one here. Would you rather get hit by flying debris from a strong windstorm or have your car stuck in 3 feet of floodwater?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, I'd get stuck in flood water.
What?
God dang. I mean, what if
What
it's,
kind of debris?
yeah,
I
like
mean,
if
I
it's
don't
a
wanna
stop
get-
sign and chops my leg off, that ain't worth a
Yeah, I don't want to get hit in the head with a 2x4 doing mock
get
Jesus.
impaled by a T-post.
I think probably the 3 feet of floodwater. You just get out on the roof of your car and hope
Yeah.
somebody comes and saves
Yeah,
you.
ride it like a canoe.
Right.
There we go. There's our choice cut questions of the week. Let's get into some final thoughts. Today's show's over. We appreciate you riding along. Hopefully, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. Some final thoughts. Our buddy Jumping Jacks. We're getting upon the graduation party planning
It's
season.
almost inflatable time.
It is almost inflatable time. You think you have a good party? Make it a great one with a Jumping Jacks inflatable.
Outdoor parties, graduation parties, and other events are upon us. Jumping Jacks Entertainment is your go-to source to take a ho-hum party to the next level. Whether you need tents, tables, chairs, or a bounce house, Jumping Jacks has you covered. Simple process. Head to their website, jumpingjacksentertainment.com, and see everything they got. You won't be disappointed.
Brother
What?
Dave, your final thought, buddy. Go
Oh,
ahead.
God dang. I suppose I ain't got much. Just watching this grass grow, getting ready for the rain to stop, and it's getting close. Going to be having to fire up the old mower, and I got to dust the mud off of the old mower cooler.
Yeah, better.
Yep.
Big fella, what about you?
Same thing. Better days are upon us. Baseball season, softball season, track. All the spring sports are getting ready to pop off in full swing, and we're getting ready to get real busy. And we got some really cool things coming down the pipeline, and really excited. So keep your stick on the ice and stay tuned.
Not too much here. It's the busy time, busy at work, busy with kids, busy with school and podcast. And so if you've sent me a text or called and I haven't gotten back to you,
I get it.
it'll be in due time. It'll happen. I'll get back to you. But just burning both ends of the candle here.
That's
And it's started that time of year. So I got 8 weeks to get through, 1 week down. It'll be okay. Greener pastures, playing golf. I mean, I'm going to sneak out from work and do
Yeah,
that anyways.
That's fine.
I got to work on my game.
Yeah, you
That's
do.
right.
Yeah. I mean, the game's in a pretty good spot
Good.
after one round out. So, men's league, if you guys would get memberships. And
Already.
Tough spot.
I know. It is a tough spot. But you know what's not a tough spot?
What's that?
Well, we're going to have a Friday episode.
Here we go.
Take us out.
Dutchman out.